So hopefully you're having a great day. Today we're going to be talking about how a mentorship student was able to go and sign up with two clients. One client for $1,500 a month and another client for $2,000 per month in 35 days of working together. It's funny, guys, like this stuff. I was talking to a gentleman who joined the mentorship program today, and he has a couple clients for like $1,000 a month. So the first thing we're gonna do is like look at the pricing calculator because he was kind of going off his gut feeling. What I was telling him was like most people like they underprice by a significant amount. Like I don't know if you've seen the video with Lizzie where she priced the person like $1,500 a month. We had a coaching call and then we immediately said, oh man, the work is actually worth $6,000 a month based on like my pricing tool. And then she went directly to the person, like she scheduled a meeting during our call, and then she talked to him for like, I think it was like 30 minutes or so. The guy's like, okay, yeah, let's raise it. Now he pays her $6,000 a month. It's basically $1,000 per location, and they're looking to open another two locations towards either the middle or the end of the year. I don't know exactly when they open the location. So I mean, it's going to go from $6,000 a month to $8,000 per month as soon as they go. And they've only been in business for about 3 years. They're already opening all these different locations. So they're looking to scale really, really high and really, really fast. Those are the type of clients that you want. You don't want those budget people who are like, $3 an hour. Oh my gosh. You want the people where it's like, hey, I have money. I don't want to do this. Just here you go. Just go. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, was that enough money? Should I give you more? Will you accept a tip? And they actually feel like they want to give more money away. Those are the guys we're trying to get to. So how do we actually go and get those clients, okay? So there's two ways that we like doing marketing, okay? I always like to having two sources of leads. One is active, the other is passive, okay? Now, everyone's really focused on today. Meaning that like everyone wants to make money today. Like I want to make $1 million today. I want to go and hit six figures today. But they really make it hard for themselves to be able to go and get clients tomorrow. Generally, it's more like they're looking for their first client, their second client, their third client. They're focused so much on clients. I see some people base clients off of blah, 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 blah. Let me read. So let me come back to that thought in a minute. So Courtney, back at our question. So Courtney says, I see some people price based off the client's gross income. Do you believe that may be as accurate as your pricing calculator? Yeah, dude, my pricing calculator is more accurate than pricing based off of gross income. The reason why is because gross income does not necessarily tell the whole story. For example, $1 million consulting business with low expenses is able to pay you more money than say a construction company at $1 million with huge expenses only making a really small profit margin. For example, I was talking to this door hinge guy probably about 6 years ago, and we were talking. He sold like $100,000 worth of like these like small tools in the span of like a week. I'm like, wow, you must be really happy. He goes, no. Yeah, I spent I got $100,000 in sales, but I only make a 1% profit margin on each one of those items. I was like, what? I was so flabbergasted. So that's why I don't like going off of base the gross income. Wait, you said gross income? Well, I would say gross revenue. I'm sorry, I think I misread your question. If it's based off of top line gross revenue, then I don't like that as the way to price. I'd rather use a pricing calculator. Does that fully answer your question, Courtney? I'm like rambling, I'm just attacking, I'm moving pretty fast. Let me wait for her response. So yeah, that's why revenue's cool. Like for Courtney, since we've been talking on the subject, I would actually use the top gross revenue as how you do your swagger fee. So I always use my pricing calculator as a base. But then if I know they have a lot of cash, if I know they just don't really care about expenses, then I will use the top line to add a swagger fee. A good example of this is one of my students named Chris. And when Chris was starting, he had this consultation. This is very similar to the consultant example I was talking about a couple minutes ago, where the individual, he had just had his first like $3 million year. Right? And the amount of work that actually was needed inside of my pricing calculator said like $1,200. So we were on our coaching call, and I like misspoke. And I said, hey, you should maybe double the price. I don't remember exactly why I said double the price, but it was upon looking at their conversation. We inside of my program sometimes we'll do like call reviews. So if you do like a consultation call, we'll actually do like a sit down either one on one or in a group depending on how many people are there. And we'll say, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what you should have changed. This is how I'd approach this next call and move forward really fast. So on that call, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this guy really likes you. And you see how he just said he just like doesn't really care about money, and he just spent like a huge amount of money on this random thing. You should be able to actually charge him more money. And he goes, what? So I told him, yeah, double the quote. So then the next day when I actually talked to him after he's done the consultation call, he goes, hey, guess what? I got the client for $2,800 a month. I'm like, $2,800 a month? That's a lot. That's a pretty good amount of money for that amount of work. And he goes, yeah, you told me to double it. And I was like, well, $1,200 times 2, it's $2,400, not $2,800. So there was an error made, but all the point of that is to say is he used the pricing calculator as a basis, and then he was able to go and use the top line as kind of a swagger fee that he knew he could charge just because. Like there was no real reason why he raised the price. It was just because the guy just doesn't care about money. And hopefully that answers your question. So if you want to see if I can help you out, if you want to see if you qualify for this thing to make sure that we can help each other out and we can win together long term, I recommend you go ahead and click on the link inside the description below to book a call to see if I can help you. If that's you, I will see you on the call. If it's not you right at this moment or you're not quite ready, that's A-okay too. I'll see you on the call in the future and keep watching my videos. Talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.